Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is another video mostly for iPod users in 2026 and beyond, but this also applies if you still use iTunes/Apple Music a lot. So what I'm going to show you here is how to perfectly organize your iTunes library metadata so that it's clean, perfect, and will translate perfectly to your iPod. So the reason why we do this is because iPods are pretty picky when it comes to what gets put on them. The files have to be exactly correct, letter for letter, even capital letters. Here's an example. On your iPod, it'll have like AC/DC written this way, and then it'll have it like this, or like this, or like this, and you'll have like 3 AC/DCs, okay? And you don't want that because then all the songs will get split between the 3, artist slots, and it'll just be a mess. You'll also get tracks that are out of order on one album, or you will have missing album artwork or album artwork that is like cropped a little too small. So you have like 2 slightly different album artworks, and it just doesn't give you the full iPod experience. And it's really worth it to take the time to clean up your entire library by hand, and it'll be really rewarding when you're finished and you go to use your iPod. This is good if you're dealing with an old iTunes library and got music from all over the place, and it's time to fix everything. So okay, real quickly before we get started, make sure you go down below and find the links for all of my videos that have to do with flash modding iPods, and also look for the video that shows you how to get music off of your iPod and onto your computer for free using Finder on your Mac. So check that out too. You can first get all of the files off of your iPod and into iTunes, and you can start from square one. I will also leave links down below for a bunch of parts and iPod products stuff that you can check out. Okay, so that being said, I have purposely messed up this album. It's AC/DC and it's Dirty Deeds done dirt cheap, okay? So we're gonna use this as an example of what your library basically looks like now. First thing we're gonna do is get this top bar situated. You wanna go up and you wanna right click, and it'll bring up this list. So from this list, you can choose what you want to appear in the top bar. So like focus right here, track number, okay? I can check and uncheck this. Okay, see, it went away. I can right click and I'm gonna recheck track number. And I can move it back over here because that's where I want it. I don't think you need anything else personally, but you can if you want to. You can go through that list and you can pick what you want to see, but track number all the way on the left, and then the title of the song, then the time of the song, the length of the song, then the artist, and then the album, okay? That's all I have. I don't have anything else. Now, you can see that I don't have any track numbers in, and you might find that you have some or none at all. So the track number is very important. So we're gonna go over the basics here. If you click on one track and you right click it and you go to get info, it's gonna bring up the metadata window, okay? To keep things simple, we're just gonna focus on details and album artwork. I'm gonna click OK. I'm not gonna change anything yet. So another function that you're gonna use is you're gonna click on one track, usually the top or the bottom, and you're gonna click Shift and hold Shift, and then you're gonna click on another file, and it's gonna highlight all the files in between, okay? So I'll do that again. I'll start from the top. I click the top one, and then I hold Shift and I click the bottom one, and it's gonna highlight all of them, okay? Now, once they're all highlighted, I can right click again and get info. Now, I can use this as a method of changing the metadata of all of these tracks at one time, okay? So keep those in mind. Okay, so basically those are the 2 get infos that we're gonna use. This is how I like to start. I like to determine who is the artist and what is the album. This is the correct writing for AC/DC, and then this is the correct title for the album. So I'm gonna go ahead and change those 2 pieces of metadata for all these tracks right now. So I'm gonna click, Shift, hold, click the bottom one, and get info. Now I'm focusing on these, artist and album. So it says mixed and mixed because the computer knows that I've selected 9 songs, okay? It thinks I have 5 artists selected. So your iPod would be a total mess if this is how you had them on your iPod. So in the artist, I'm going to start typing capital A, okay? And it pulls up what I already have. So I'm going to select AC/DC here, okay? And then I'm going to click out. That's good. Now I'm going to go to album, and it's Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. You want to make sure all your capital letters and everything are perfect. Like, this is the time to be super thorough and super perfect, okay? So here we go. All right, those 2 are done. I'm going to click OK. Now, that's going to clean it up a lot. So the artist is perfect, and the album is perfect, and done, okay? Now, I'm going to go back in, get info. What I like to do is I personally like to delete everything else, okay? So you can see down here, comments, it says mixed. Okay, so I'm going to space bar and then backspace and click out. So I've deleted any comments. Going up from the bottom, I don't have any BPMs or ratings, compilation, nothing's checked. I don't have a disc number, and then we're going to use track, but we're going to come back to that. Year, I don't personally keep. If you want to put the year of the album, that's up to you. And the genre, I don't personally keep either. So I make sure I just space and just delete anything out of there. Okay, nothing else. Composer grouping, I just like to keep things minimal and simple and keep as much, bytes of information off the iPod as I can, because it takes up a little bit of space on the iPod itself, on the hard drive, okay? So we did artist, we did album, and I personally clear everything else. And I hit OK again. Okay, now we're going to bang out track number and title at the same time. So here I have the exact track titles and the track listings. So now I'm going to go into iTunes. I'm going to click on the first one, and I'm going to go get info. We're going to do this one by one, okay? So I'm going to look at the title, Ain't No Fun, right? And then I'm going to go on the left here and find it down here. So it's actually called Ain't No Fun, and you'll have to, you can copy and paste from Wikipedia, but you're going to be inputting and fixing a lot of errors, to be a millionaire. End parentheses. Okay, so that title is perfect now. I look here and it's track number 7. So I'm going to put track 7. You can put of 9 in this case, but I don't personally do that. I just put the track because it's just another thing to get wrong. And if you're doing a whole library, it's one less thing to try and remember, because it gets pretty intense, okay? If you're doing it for hours and hours. So I just put the track 7. And if all of the other, album and artist information is correct, then you will be perfectly fine just putting the track number. All right, so if we're happy with that, we're going to use this arrow down here, and that's going to go to the next track. So we look for this track, right? So we look for this track, and it's number 3. So we have the title correct, so we're just going to input 3, okay? Now, this one's real messy. So this is Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. Okay, I'll speed this up, but you just keep going through the rest of the album. Okay, that's the last one, right? For the title and the track number. So we're going to hit OK. All right, so now we're back in iTunes, and we can see that everything's nice and clean now, and the track numbers 1 through 9 are perfect. All right, so we're pretty much done. The last thing we need to do is the album artwork. Okay, so I like to save the album artwork for last. This is what we're gonna do. This is one way to get the artwork, and what I like to do is take a screenshot. On Mac, you press Shift Command 4, and you get a cursor here, okay? And then I like to go past the boundaries of the artwork. All right, now open this screenshot in preview, okay? And then with your cursor, you're gonna start a selection. Drag out a box and then fine tune the box. You can zoom in by on your trackpad or with your mouse, go up in one corner and make a selection that's, to be safe, you can make a selection that's just 1 pixel inwards, okay? Now go to the opposite corner and do the same thing. just go 1 pixel inwards. All right, now you're gonna go up to Tools and Crop. Okay, so now you have the image cropped. Okay, there's no border around it. Now you're gonna go to Adjust Size. And the resolution is 144 because it was a screenshot, so don't worry about that. What you're gonna wanna do is go to Pixels, okay? And you want to do 500 by 500 pixels, okay? You can unlock it and do one at a time, okay? Or if it was already square and these were the same, you can just do 500 by 500, okay? We want this image to be this small. Don't go any smaller than 500. We want it to be 500 by 500 pixels because we don't need a large image. The iPod screen itself is very small and the album artwork is very tiny. So we don't want big image files on our iPod, okay? We're trying to use all that storage space on the iPod hard drive for the music, okay? Or whatever else you have, audiobooks. The album artwork is a really nice touch, and I think you should have perfect album artwork for all of your media on your iPod, but you don't need a big file. It's totally unnecessary. If you need to keep a high quality backup of the album artwork, or it has one embedded already and you want to save it, or you just want to use that, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. But this is just how I do it. We're going to click OK. And it's going to make it small. You know, it'll only be like this big on the iPod, you know. So now we're going to go to File. We're going to export this. And you can literally do it like 50 kilobytes. Like, you won't be able to see that the image is not great. It's so small, it doesn't even matter. So this is an important part here. You're going to want to name the image, okay? And so what I do is I usually do the artist. I just do all lowercase, so I'll do like AC/DC. And I'll do like the first 4 letters of the album. So this is like, you know, Dirt. And then you could even put like COV for cover. But you want to make sure that every album artwork going on the iPod has a unique name. You don't want any album artworks that have the same name as another one. You might run into issues. And you might have album artworks showing up, you know, for other artists and stuff. So don't just go in here and name them like album artwork, you know, 1, or make a unique name every time for each album or each audiobook or whatever. Okay, so now we're going to save this to our desktop. Down below here, you can see our new album artwork. We're pretty much almost done here. We're going to go back into iTunes and we're going to leave this exposed here at the bottom, because what we're going to do is we're going to select all, get info. We're going to go to album artwork. You can add artwork from here, but I just like to drag it in and drop it. Okay, now that's dropped in. It looks perfect. We're going to hit OK, and it's going to add it to every track now. So I can go get info, and it's going to have the artwork here, and I'm going to go through. I'm flipping through all the tracks, and they all have the perfect album artwork, and they have the perfect metadata, taking up the least amount of space on the iPod. I'm going to plug in the iPod and put this album on the device and show you. So I'm going to plug it in, and I wanted to show you this cable that I use. It's this cable, and I'll link it down below. It's the 30-pin to USB-C cable. This is going to make your iPod experience in 2026 and beyond so much easier, and I've tested these cords and they work perfectly. So just wanted to show you that. Goes right in and it connects right away. So let me go back to the screen capture. Okay, we're back on the screen capture, and you can see that the iPod is right here. So now I'm going to select all. Okay, I have them here, 9 tracks, and I'm going to drag it right onto the iPod. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for it to sync and put the songs on, and then I will eject it and I will show you it on the device. All right, artists, AC/DC, and there we go. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, right? So when all of your metadata is perfect and you're on, in this case, an iPod Classic, then you will see all of your perfect square album artwork the name of the albums and the number of tracks. Okay, so I'm going to click on here. Everything is in order, 1 through 9. And when I go to play them, okay, you can see that there's no like weird borders around the artwork. The title's good. All of the upper and lower case is perfect. And all of the tracks are showing up under the correct artist. Bob Marley, for example, right? So when everything is perfect, it just makes the iPod so much more fun to use, and it's just so clean and so nice. And so it's worth taking some time to get it all sorted. It makes it really nice. So I hope that helps you get an idea of how to clean up your music library for the iPod. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Happy listening. Have a good day.